Hi, and welcome to this micro action sheet, which is 1.5.2, which is validating your membership offer. So you're watching this video, which is step one. Now let me guide you through it step by step. Introduction. This worksheet will help you validate your membership offer before you invest significant time and effort into building it by researching existing successful models, refining your offer with AI, and getting real feedback from potential members. You'll ensure that your membership has strong demand and product market fit. So this is really key to building and validating your membership offer. So step one is to research similar memberships. So the goal here is not to copy others, but to confirm that similar memberships exist. Remember earlier the concept of not trying to reinvent the wheel? That's what we're doing again here. If an existing similar membership exists, that means there's proven demand. So if you find multiple paid memberships serving your target audience or approximately your target audience, you might have a slightly different sub niche within that, then that's a great sign. But where do you look? Well, the first place I recommend is in the School Discover feature. So you can search for communities that align with your target audience, look at their pricing, how they position their membership, and their number of members. The next is Google search. So you can use search terms like, for example, yoga paid online membership sites you could type in, or relationship coaching online membership, or whatever your topic is, followed by paid online membership, to give you membership sites that aren't hosted on School, because there won't be examples of every type of membership on School, but a lot of them will be, and the platform's growing. So it is a great first place to start. But if you can't find the validation for the type of community you're looking to build, Google is a great place to search as well. And if you can't find that, then we can just look elsewhere. Places like Udemy are good as well for searching this, although Udemy does focus on one-time courses rather than membership. So really this is like, there's a reason why this is our third option. We can use it to validate that it's a transformation that people are willing to pay for, but it doesn't really validate that people are going to continue to be willing to pay for it in an ongoing basis. So I would resort to that one only as a last resort. So action is to find 3 to 5 membership sites that serve your target audience and use the table below to track them. So you can see here in the table, we've got membership name, the URL, so the website address, what they offer, so group coaching and courses, and then what their pricing is. So you'll remember that we actually looked at 2 or 3 memberships previously in one of the micro action sheets that we can actually take that information from, plug it into this table here and expand upon that and add others if we need to. So that was 1.4.2, which was the membership validation blueprint. So I'll just pull that one up again here so you can have a quick look. So you see it here, and we went through at the bottom. And if you remember, we did 2 examples with memberships with their monthly price, their core promise, main offering, and their member counts as well. So back to the worksheet that we are looking at the moment. Go through now and fill in the membership names, the URLs, what they offer, and pricing. For example, if I was on the School Discover community and I was looking around, I could type in at the top what I'm looking for, go into the different subcategories. An example that I just pulled up that was quite interesting was this one about learning Spanish, $37 a month, 161 members. You know, we've got the offer there. We can see everything that's listed. So we can put in all those details into our worksheet. We simply copy and paste them in. And yeah, another example would be if you, like I said, you could Google your topic paid online membership sites. And if you can find some of those there, great. They won't necessarily tell you like the number of members that are in the community and things like that. That's why School is quite nice, because it's a very transparent platform. And the next option, as I mentioned as well, is you can go over to Udemy, and I just typed in yoga here, and I actually filtered on paid as well, because I thought, well, if we're going to look at yoga, there's 6,238 paid results as well. But you can see that a lot of these are very, very cheap kind of courses, but still it gives us a starting point to say, well, people are definitely paying for yoga training here. And then we can kind of drill into like what the subtypes are and what the outcomes are that they're paying for. And obviously adding on a community element to this, and live support and live coaching calls, and maybe even like other aspects, templates, downloadables, worksheets, things like that, you can start to see how this could become a membership as well. But as I mentioned, those really are last resorts to have to go out to Google and Udemy, because you can verify the demand for most niches and sub niches, the School Discover page. So this is the moment to pause this video now, go through this until you've got, say, 3 or 4 here that are proven, that are, so you can get an average kind of price for the monthly or yearly price. Remember, we're looking at paid membership communities here because we want to validate that people will eventually pay us to be a member of this, and then come back to this video once you've done that. Okay, so now you've filled out this, you have got your similar memberships, which is fantastic. We'll keep moving. Step 2 is to define your membership concept. So now what you do is write out your membership promise using this very familiar framework, but you'll see that we've built on this from the last time. So we've done this a couple of times, but every time we're adding another element to this. So now what we're going to make this into is, I help Dream Member achieve transformation, which we've already covered previously, without biggest pain point, by giving them key benefits of the membership. So I've done an example here for someone that works with yoga instructors, busy yoga instructors. And it's, I help busy yoga instructors, so Dream Member, grow their online presence and attract more students. So that's transformation, without relying on social media burnout. So that's without biggest pain point, by providing them with a step-by-step content marketing membership. So that's key benefit of the membership. So that's if you were teaching busy yoga instructors how to grow their own yoga memberships, for example. But you can see here how you would plug in your own examples, and you can do them into the box here. So that it's, I help achieve without and by giving them. And remember, we've done this already to an extent on some of the previous micro action sheets. So you should have most of these answers already, but let's consolidate them into one place here, because what we're going to do next is then use AI to supercharge this membership concept and really help fill in the gaps and find things and develop our own thinking around it. So make sure you consolidate and look at the answers you've done on the previous micro action sheets, fill these parts in, pause the video now before we proceed to the next part. We'll then build on this. Okay, so now you have your membership concept defined there. You've written out your membership promise. You've used the framework now with all of the aspects built into it. Let's move on to step number 3. So step 3 is to strengthen your offer with AI, or artificial intelligence. So let's refine your offer using ChatGPT. Copy and paste the following prompt into ChatGPT or your favorite AI tool. So I help, and this is where you would actually replace this with your own statement. So for example, I've actually put it down here in the notes, so you can copy and paste it, because you can't copy and paste it off this sheet. But you would take this and then head over to ChatGPT, and you're basically saying to the AI tool, this is my membership promise statement. Help me refine this by asking me 5 questions that challenge my offer to make it stronger and more compelling for a recurring revenue model. Specifically, is the transformation something my audience would pay monthly or annually for, not just a one-time purchase? So remember, we looked at those Udemy courses, but a lot of those are just one-time fees. That's not what we want. So how do you create it into something where they get ongoing value? So they'll pay you monthly or annually. Does the pain point represent an ongoing challenge that requires sustained support? Because you don't really just want to kind of find a market where you help someone do one little thing, and then once they're over the line, it's done. You want something where you can continue to add value to them, and it makes sense for them to then stay. That will increase your lifetime value of that customer. Does the key benefit justify recurring payments? So is it a big enough benefit to justify them continuing to pay? Or will you get members that after 1 month say, thanks very much, but I'm actually done, I've got everything I need, cancel my membership? Because that's not really what you want either. You want to be with them on that journey, and once you help them figure out the first thing, then you help them solve the next challenge and the next challenge, and you help them along that process. Number 4, is there a clear community or accountability element that adds value over time? So this will be key to your building out of a successful school membership community as well. You want that community, accountability, member-to-member peer support. And then how could this be positioned to emphasize long-term member success? Once I answer the questions, help me refine my offer into a stronger version that emphasizes sustained value and member transformations over time. So you see, we are now building upon, with the help of AI, what we created with our statement here, and making it even better and more aligned to a membership offer. So the action is to paste your offer into ChatGPT and go through its 5 questions that it asks of you in accordance with this, and adjust your statement based on the feedback. Or you can just ask ChatGPT at that stage to give you back the polished version of the statement once you've answered the questions. And upload your completed worksheets. Oh yeah, so bonus tip, upload your completed worksheets from module 1.42 into ChatGPT so it has more context. So I'll show you how to do this. So you simply copy and paste this, and then we would head over to chatgpt.com and say I pasted this in here. Now, obviously, your version would have your actual member promise at the top there. I've just put in the example version. But what we could then do is where it says attach, we can attach PDF versions of worksheet 1.4. What did we say? 1.4 point. Yeah, the worksheets from module 1.4. So you could just attach all of them and save them as PDFs. So you simply go to File, Download, and then Download as PDFs for your completed worksheets that you did before, all of the other micro action sheets in module 1.4, where we went through a lot of this member research and niche research stuff. And then you upload that all to ChatGPT with this prompt. You're going to get a conversation that comes back that asks you these questions, that allows you to, it will basically coach you through the process of refining this and personalizing it. It's as personalized as we can get until you have something that's really, really strong, powerful. And that is what you then save. And so once you have that, you can, you can write it out, make sure you capture it, update this with it once you have it. So go back to your worksheet to step 3, update this, and then, pause the video now and go through that and then come back. Okay, now you have a really strong membership promise with the support and the coaching of AI to help you personalize it and make it as good as it possibly can be. Now it's time for step 4, which is where we'll test your offer with real people. So before launching, let's make sure your offer resonates with real people in your target audience. So what you can do is send this message that I've provided to you to 2 to 5 people. Pick 2 to 5 people you know who fit your dream member profile and simply send them this message that you see here. Hey, name. I'm working on a new membership site to help target audience achieve transformation without biggest pain point. Since you're someone I thought of when designing this, I'd love to help. I'd love to get your honest advice. So what you can do here is in the notes below this, I'll provide this so you can copy and paste this, and you could copy and paste it even into ChatGPT and say, based on what we've just been through and the transformation that you, all of the membership promise that you coached me to strengthening, can you rewrite this text message in a way that conveys that in a nice, simple, simply worded format that I can now send to 2 to 5 of my friends or contacts. And then you just simply send it to them and just ask them for their advice and say, what do you think? I'd love to hear your input on this. Even if they're not your perfect ideal avatar, just get some initial feedback. And you'll be so surprised at when you ask for advice, the types of things that people point out that maybe were your blind spots and you missed. So you can write your message out below here once you've worked with ChatGPT to find your version of this. And as I mentioned, I have put it into the notes here, so you can copy and paste that over to ChatGPT to get it to how you want it. I put an example here as well, which would be like, hey, Sarah, I'm working on a new membership site to help busy parents build stronger relationships with their teenagers through guided weekly activities without the awkwardness of forced conversations. Since you've mentioned wanting to connect more deeply with your kids as they grow older, I thought of you when designing this. Would love your honest advice on how to make this kind of support be most valuable. Now, it could be anything. Obviously, that's just a very kind of specific example. It might be nothing like the niche that you're in. But I'm sure you can think of a few people that you could bounce this idea off and ask as a sounding board and just get their advice and get some feedback, because it's important that we get something from real humans before we move ahead with this. So pause the video now, send that as a text message or a text message or a WhatsApp to 2 to 5 people, and let's continue through it. So in the spirit of taking these micro actions as we go, make sure you do this part. I know this is part that you're probably going to want to put off for later, but it's best to just get this done now. So pause the video right now, send this off. Okay, so hopefully you've done that, you've sent it off. Hopefully you've got some responses coming through soon and you'll be able to refine this. When you do get responses through, remember to come back in and continue refining your final offer statement here to make sure that it meets the feedback of the people that you've asked. And then it's ready for final steps and next actions. So if you haven't already, book your membership game plan call. Head over to lewissmith.co/call to do that. If you haven't already as well, sign up for your free school trial. So to get started building your community, head to lewissmith.co/school. And maybe if you're getting value from this, you'd consider joining the full version of the membership. That's the full paid community to really help you scale and take things to the next level, where we have live coaching and we help you with running ads, getting traffic, retaining your members, conversions, so much more than we cover just in phase 1. And then as a quick win, send your offer statement to at least 2 people for feedback and advice today. As we went through 2 to 5 people, get that human feedback, that real feedback, and it'll be really powerful. Make sure you use that to then refine your membership offer and your final offer statement. So this worksheet ensures that your membership has strong demand. We've validated that. Clear positioning. We validated that as well. And a compelling offer before you start building it. So take action now to validate your concept with confidence. And I'll see you inside the next video. Let's make it happen.